Okay. I'm going to try this screen share one more time. Let me see if I can do it.
Okay. Let's
I
see.
have not yet gotten proficient at doing these. Participant screen share. Where did the dang file go? Recent. Okay, it's on my computer screen, but it's not on this.
Okay.
Oh well. What I was trying to do is show you this.
Okay.
This is the Gene Keys life path,
Okay.
and you are a second line and a fourth line profile. It's called a 2-4.
Okay.
The second line, do you understand how the lines come about?
Not exactly, no.
Okay, if you take 3 coins and drop them, you're going to get heads, heads, tails, or
Okay.
heads, tails, heads, or all heads, heads, heads. There's 6 possibilities.
Okay.
So that makes up a hexagram. Now, if you do that again, you have a lower trigram and an upper trigram. There are 64 possibilities.
Mm.
And that's what makes up the Chinese I Ching, or I Ching, as some people call it.
Okay.
Ironically, humans are also made up of 64 points. It's called DNA. Musical composition is made up of 64 scales. So it's just a universal. The Chinese 7,000 years ago figured out, well, these are all the possibilities, and they assigned meaning to each of them.
Mm.
So we're not doing the whole, each one of the um, gates or I Ching has a line 1 through 6. We're not going to be able to eat an elephant in 45 minutes. So I'm
Okay.
just giving you the lines, which are pretty significant.
Okay.
And I will give you the gift of each one of the I Ching
Okay.
so that it doesn't like just blow your mind and overwhelm you.
Okay.
Now, the 2 has 2 different labels. In human design, it's called the Hermit, and in the Gene Keys, it's called the Dancer.
Mm.
Um, what's important for the second line in their life's work and their evolution is to follow whatever their natural gifts are.
Okay.
In the first part of this, your natural gifts are invention,
Mm-hmm.
teamwork,
Mm-hmm.
sensitivity, and mindfulness.
It is. It is.
The one thing about hermits, they need time alone.
Most definitely.
You got you have to be with someone who can respect that. Look, I need to go have my alone time.
Exactly. I say that all the time. Yes. Yes.
Um, one of the shadows of the second line is blaming.
Mm.
By that, it's like, you said this and made me feel this.
Mm.
No, that person said that and you responded that way.
Mm. Okay.
When you take responsibility rather than blame something or someone outside of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
it puts you at a place of peace and a place of power.
Mm. Mm.
Um, it's best to surround yourself with high frequency people.
Mm.
By that, I mean people who aren't negative all the time, people who are woke, people who are
Yeah.
spiritually advanced.
Yes. Yes.
um, people who have no agendas and are
Mm,
going to be honest.
mm.
When you start to feel people, you're a reflector.
Yes.
You,
Yep.
you're going to feel
Yes.
when someone is putting their agenda on you or trying to manipulate. When
Yes.
that's just back away from those people.
Yeah. I already deflected. I have it. Yeah. I just walk away from it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best thing.
Yep.
One of the wounds of the second line can be denial.
Mm,
That's not real. I didn't do that. It's your fault, not mine.
mm,
And um, the wound of denial is healed with ease,
mm,
being at ease,
mm.
not trying to make something happen, allowing it.
I was just speaking about that. Yes. Because when things are supposed to happen when it's supposed to happen, and I just let it be.
Especially,
Right.
especially for the second line,
Hmm.
it's imperative.
Yep.
The second line in your evolution has to do with passion and
Hmm.
relationships.
Indeed.
As we move across to the second part, the fourth line is called the opportunist or the networker.
Hmm.
It's almost the complete opposite of the hermit.
Mm,
The hermit wants to be left alone and by itself,
mm.
but the subconscious aspects of you are thrive in community, needs to have connections. Sorry, the window's open.
Mhm.
If you need to get something done, you know somebody in your network who knows how to do it. Or somebody in your
Indeed.
network knows somebody who knows somebody who knows how to get that done.
Yes, sir.
So having
Yes,
that
sir.
network of connections is like crucial for you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And what is crucial is being of heartfelt service.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Just from what I get, like doing things that's from just from from your inner self, like things that has um, that's actually like mean something. Like I wouldn't do anything that wouldn't like I won't say that's beneficial, but I feel like if I want to do something, I wanted to actually be appreciative of, like I don't
It
know, like
needs,
appreciative.
I'll give
Yeah.
you an easy explanation. It
Okay.
needs to come from your heart,
Yeah. But yeah.
not because people want you to do it, not
Yeah.
because you're supposed to do it, but it's what you feel in your heart you want to do. That's
Yeah.
being of heartfelt service.
Yep. That's what I mean by just being appreciative of what
Right.
I do. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
The wound of the fourth line is rejection,
Mm.
and the shadow of the fourth line can be overgiving. It can also be
Mm.
manipulating and
Mm.
corrupt.
Mm.
So not only do you need to have
Yeah.
high agenda people around you, you need to be one.
Yeah. Yeah.
The key to this is self honesty and integrity. If
Definitely
you
have to
say you're going to do something, do it.
do it. That's it. Because all I have is your word.
Right.
Yep. Got you.
And in building a network, it's all about reputation and your word. If
Yeah.
your word is shit,
Yeah.
your network is shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Because people could say a lot of things, but I feel like you have to you know show and
but
that's the work. Yeah. Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
the truest sense is when you're honest with yourself, you can be
Right.
honest with other people,
Hmm.
and there is a softness and a romance in that.
Mm. Yep. It is. Yeah.
Now, the you're radiant. What your gift is sensitivity,
It
and
is.
in purpose, it's mindfulness.
Yeah.
Now, the sphere at the bottom
Okay.
is the end of the activation sequence, but it's the beginning of the Venus sequence.
Okay.
I'll explain what that means. And by purpose, it doesn't mean what you do, it means what you are.
Mm. Mm.
And the beginning of the Venus sequence, it is your purpose in relationships,
Yeah.
why you're in them.
Yeah.
And it's to be mindful.
Everything I do is very mindful about. Like I critical think about every move or every step that I do. You know.
Well,
So,
the positive of of this in relationships is being the nurturer.
mm,
The negative side is being the politician.
mm,
The
yeah.
politician is, how are you? I'm fine. Nothing here. You don't need to
Yeah.
know anymore.
That's it.
No, you got to be the nurturer.
Yeah. Okay. How?
Well, if you want relationships to grow and flourish, you can be either or. You have this dichotomy in you. Push them away. I'm a hermit. Bring them to me. I need you as part of my network. So, do you get it? Your purpose in relationship is the nurturer,
Yeah.
not the politician?
Yeah, most definitely. Because I have to be careful, like to put that out. You know what I'm saying? I'm very careful, and in every move, every talk, everything. So I'm not so open to be like you said. When someone says, "How are you doing?" "Oh, I'm fine." Really, I don't want to express. If I don't feel I need to express any further, then I will keep it as that. And
Well,
because
depends on the depth of intimacy you want in relationships
yeah,
and
because
how important those relationships are.
yeah, yeah, because I feel like it needs to be beneficial, like not just for my soul. That's all.
Well, the next sphere is what's called the attraction sphere. It's
Okay,
the energy that people feel from you that
man,
draws them to you. And
man,
here you have a line three, which is promiscuity and playfulness. And I don't want to say that promiscuity is necessarily a bad thing,
okay,
as long as it's open and honest and
right,
not being down and dirty and down low.
right.
And the gift you have there is imagination.
I do. I have
So
a great
that's
imagination.
what draws people to you.
Oh wow, oh wow. Okay.
Now we start to go into the developmental part of this, and it goes backwards from your like 18 to 14. Your
Mm,
IQ develops.
mm,
Most people understand what IQ is. It's how you mentally process things.
right.
And here you also have a third line, and it's called the flexible mind.
Hmm.
And
Very open.
the flexible mind can also be very evasive, which is
Mm,
just what you were talking about.
mm-hmm.
The gift you have there is synergy.
Oh wow,
Do you
wow.
understand that word?
Yes, I do. I've heard the word plenty of times. Yes.
Your IQ is then built off of your earlier development from like age 7 to 14, which is your EQ, your emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And here is the only place you have a fifth line. And the fifth line is about respect or disrespect.
Mm, all day. Yes, sir. Yes.
And that is how your emotions function.
Oh man.
And it is the gift of orientation.
Hmm.
The highest vibration there is unity.
Exactly.
And then as you go into the SQ, you have a second line, and the second line is about freedom. It's about
Hmm.
having wildness, but also having boundaries.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And this one concerns me a little bit. because I have this, I know what this I Ching is. It's my radiance,
Mm-hmm.
and it is the shadow of victimization.
Mm.
So at a very early age, from birth to age 7, victimization came into play.
Mm.
And it's a part of, it's going to be a huge piece of your healing
Mm.
in shifting out of a victim mentality. This is your
Mm.
soul, your soul.
Mm-hmm.
The second line usually is a mirror,
Mm.
but you being a reflector, your whole being, you're a mirror.
Mm.
As we go into the core wound, the end of the Venus sequence, the core wound is what you brought into this lifetime in your DNA from your
Mm.
ancestors.
Mm.
And I have the same line in mind. It is separation.
Mm.
Think of a raindrop that falls into the ocean.
Okay.
So first it's an individual, then it's in this body of water, and it can sense that there are all of these other raindrops all around me.
Mm. Okay.
Then it comes to the realization that I am the ocean.
Mm.
You're not separate.
Mm. Okay. Mm.
And the way that separation is healed is through care, basically
Mm-hmm.
self-care,
Wow. Yep.
loving
Wow.
yourself
Wow.
and knowing that you are a part of everything.
Wow. 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 Mm. Wow. That's deep. That's so deep. My mind is really. Whew.
The gift there
Mm.
that you is equality of that I Ching.
Ah.
Now, that particular I Ching begins what is called the Pearl sequence.
Okay.
And Richard Rudd is teaching this in a worldwide virtual deep dive for 4 months for the first time ever. So I have yet to study this piece. I kind of know aspects of it. I'll give you what as much as I can.
Okay.
Um, so your core wound is also your vocation, what you bring to the world,
Mm.
and that is philanthropy
Mm.
with the gift of equality.
Mm.
And
Mm.
that is so fucking needed in the world.
Dog, it's so needed. Oh my god, I get that all the time. Like, you are so needed. You are so needed. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, and I've been called that. Like, you're a philanthropist. So I'm like, okay, yeah, wow.
The
Uh,
culture is the next sphere, and I really don't know what the culture means, but it's the only place that you have a first line.
mm,
And a first line is about being an individual, and it's about foundation.
mm-hmm,
The gift you have there is determination.
mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes.
And your pearl, you have a fourth line, and it's the same I Ching, determination.
Mm-hmm.
So that has something to do with whatever it is that you are to bring to the world. The
Mm,
fourth line is about charity.
mm,
And that brings you, and that all ties back up to the first sphere, which is your life's work, which is the shadow of addiction, the gift of invention, and the highest level is silence.
mm.
It's when you
Wow.
can silence your mind
Yes.
and just be.
Man. Whew. This is ooh, I got chills right now because I love to be in silence. I will sit in a room and just nothing on, like just meditate, you know. Mm, wow. But it's powerful. It's very powerful.
And
Wow.
I'm just giving you the lines.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay.
Now you see what I mean about not
Woo.
trying to give you the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like overwhelming. That's everything is just like but
And
this is also it's also things that I already know
it's
about
all you
my
know all of these
yes.
things.
That's why I'm like such in like how you're just on point about everything. And it needs
It's
wow.
all I'm doing is reminding you of what you already know.
Yes. It just hearing it from someone else is like,
Now,
wow.
now how do you think people feel dealing with you being a reflector?
Oh wow. And I'm reflecting it to you and you wow. I'm just like in awe right now. Just in awe, man. Uh,
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording.
okay.
I'll give you a link to it so you can go back and watch it in a day
Okay.
or two or reflect on it. And if
Wow.
you would put in the comments maybe like one or two really the most poignant pieces that whatever you got out of this.
Yes, yes.
And
Okay.
if you and I'll also send you my affiliate link if you would like to take the course of the first four spheres, it's free.
Okay. Okay, yeah, most definitely.
And if you're interested in doing the deep dive, um, that's like a once in a life. Well, I don't want to say once in a lifetime. It feels that way.
Yeah.
I've done
Yeah.
three of the deep dives with people all over the world already, and it is an amazing, profound experience.
Yeah. Yeah.